Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today video is gonna be on the situation whether leukemia and lymphoma are cancerous condition or no, and what are they. So that much being said, let's begin. In order for anybody to have a cancer, he need to have a tumor who have developed someplace, inevitably. And in order for a tumor to be created, person need to have a cancer cell, that's for sure, first. And when does the cell turn cancerous? Whenever the cell experience a defect on a active gene. Okay, and that's number one condition. And number two condition, obviously, it's gonna be a cell must be having double helix DNA, because double helix DNA cells, number one, carry genetic information. Number two, are capable of replicating. Number three, they are part of a complex organism. Okay, and one thing that is impossible is a cancer to form from number of different cancer cells, because different cancer cells, they have different gene that being defective, or different part of that same gene being defected. So they cannot form a organ that have cells that have different problems. That's not gonna work. They must have a defect, but that defect will not prevent the cell of functioning. She is just incapable of properly functioning for us, and that's why she's been classified as cancer cell. Okay, but nevertheless, that cancer cell, whatever she can do, she's gonna have to make more of herself with the same exact problem. Okay, and only then they can form a organ, because what tumor is a artificial organ who our body don't need, organ who function only for himself, nothing for us, and organ who cause nothing but problem. He's like growing and squishing and pushing every other cell that needs the space to function properly, and they don't allow it. Okay, so now we know what we need to have in order to develop a tumor, and now we know what needs to happen so tumor can get created. Okay, well, let's look at lymphoma and leukemia. Those conditions are conditions on the immune cells. Unfortunately, immune cells have bacterial DNA, and they're unicellular organisms. They don't know how to live in symbiosis with other cells next to them, and how to do things for each other. They do things for themselves. And that is exactly why when they get created, our body shoves inside them a program that they need to follow. We want you to do this and nothing else. Okay, you don't behave like you're out in the wild. You're in our body, and this body have some rules that needs to be followed, and you have to follow those rules. So leukemia and lymphoma are improperly programmed immune cells. And immune cells, unfortunately, they don't replicate. They don't have genetic information. They can never be part of a complex organism. They can work for the complex organism, but nevertheless, they work alone. Okay? And if that is the case, how can they replicate? If they cannot replicate, how can they create an organ? There is no organ in our body that is made out of one cell. All organs that we have are made out of number of cells. A lot of cells. Not a single organ made out of one cell. Okay? So, whenever you're being told that you have cancer, and you have leukemia. Really? Okay. Or what kind of cancer I have? I have lymphoma. Same thing, immune cell. Ask the doctor, okay, can you tell me where is my tumor? What's the reaction of the doctor? And if the doctor cannot point you your tumor and cannot tell you where exactly the tumor is, ask the doctor, if I don't have a tumor, how is it possible that I have cancer? Don't I have to have a tumor before I have cancer? What is it now? Cancer is formed by a cancer cell? There's no living person in this world without cancer cells in their system. And another problem is because somebody, I'm not going to use name, you figure it out, you put name for yourself and that person. But that person definitely didn't do his job properly, correctly. And he diagnosed, he classify those conditions. Like, I'm not saying that there is no lymphoma and I'm not saying that there is no leukemia, and those are dangerous conditions, yes. But those are not cancerous conditions. And can something be done about it? Yes, absolutely. What is autoimmune disease? Because those are autoimmune diseases. What is autoimmune disease? Shortage of vitamins. And what they cure these conditions with shortage of vitamins? Chemotherapy. Well, I have a question for those people. How many vitamins are in the chemo? How many? Any? And how you expect to cure somebody's vitamin deficiency with a treatment that have 0 vitamins? Okay? So, ask those questions, guys. Ask. Even the Bible says, ask, and you shall receive. You ask the question, and if you don't receive answer, walk out. Obviously, talking to somebody, or you're surrendering yourself to be treated by somebody who have no idea what he's doing. Because, to my opinion, if anybody goes to school and try to earn a doctoral diploma, he should be asking those questions to the professor, like I did. And I was told to leave the school because I asked too many questions that the professor had no answer. Yeah. Okay. Why no answer? Because they got caught lying. That's why. They got caught lying. And they knew that they're not gonna give me any answer I was gonna be happy with, because their answer was gonna trigger another question of mine that they were gonna have like a hard time creating another lie that will good look to me. Because whatever lie comes to of their mouth, they have to make sense. If it doesn't make sense, I would not buy it. Okay? Now, if you want to buy it, that's your deal, your choice. You live in the best country in the world, America, land of the free. Okay? So, unless the doctor is able to point your tumor, you don't have cancer, my friend. You don't. If you have leukemia or you have lymphoma, if you have leukemia, I'll tell you which vitamin you're short. That's vitamin A. But lymphoma involves number of vitamins and minerals and stuff that you need to have, and that's why there's so many. There's only one leukemia, and there is so many lymphomas, because different things or combination of different things can cause different lymphomas. Okay, and lymphoma is more complex problem. Leukemia, it's very easy to cure. Vitamin A. How you get it? Don't go in the store and start supplementing vitamin A. Carrot juice. Carrot juice, just do yourself a favor and drink it slowly. And play with that juice. Don't just gulp, gulp, gulp and you chow it down. Because carrots, they have a lot of sugar. And sugar need to be process addressed properly in the mouth and stuff. So do yourself a favor, drink it slowly, play with that juice in your mouth and swallow. Fill up your mouth, play with that juice, swallow. Okay? Carrot juice is very rich on beta carotene, and beta carotene is being consumed by bugs in our digestive tract, and they output as a byproduct of their body vitamin A that works for you. That's the vitamin A you need. That's the vitamin A. It will help you, your body, program those cells properly, and you will say bye-bye to the leukemia. Okay? Chemotherapy will not help you. You know why? Because immune cells function faster on a high pH. Chemotherapy, radiation chemo, is a nuclear material. A nuclear material immediately, a nuclear reaction immediately suggests that an electron or proton is going to get knocked out of his place, and what ensures the position of that electron or proton in the material, the distance from the nucleus that they're going to be swirling around, is ensured by something called microfibers. And those microfibers are made out of two things: magnetrons and photons. And when the electron gets knocked out, the microfiber breaks up into those two material things, and now you have free radicals, is what it's called. And they are known to swirl around with enormous speed, and they move chaotically with the speed of light. And since they're material and they're like very, very tiny, there is no barrier that can sustain them trapped someplace. The cell membrane looks like a horse mesh to a mosquito for them, and they can go right through without any restriction. And if they strike the DNA of that cell in the tumor, they can cause additional damage. Once they damage additionally a cell from the tumor will immediately expel that cell from there, because they're no longer going to be able to use it. Okay, now she's different. And the chemotherapy intention is, if you have a tumor and they give you chemo, that chemo the intention is several. Number one, damage additionally the DNA of those cells that are in the cancer, okay, in the tumor. And number two, bring the pH up, because once the pH goes up, then the cancer will feel threatened by the immune cells around, and they will not fit. They will just not do things. Okay, they cannot do anything no more. And those free radicals, they have that unique ability to knock hydrogen out of solution, and that's exactly what pH stands for: percentage of hydrogen. The more hydrogen you have, the lower your pH will be. And when free radicals gets to be present in your blood, they will knock hydrogen out of things out of your blood, and your pH is going to go up. But now if you have leukemia, guess what? Immune cells function faster on a higher pH. So giving you chemo, which will boost your pH, that defective cell that doesn't know what she's doing, and she's killing things that you need, now she's going to work faster. You understand? Will that chemo help you? You were gonna stand the chance to get help if you did have a cancer, but now you don't have a cancer. You have a misprogrammed cell, and that chemo ain't gonna do nothing to that cell. Zero. And that cell, what it's going to do? It's gonna kill more for less time of you. Got it? Okay. Now, cope with that information and make decisions for yourself. Okay? Until the next video, you guys take care and stay healthy. Bye.